Today I am in a really bad mood this morning. I have loads of these postal slips and I took the morning off work to go and collect my parcels from the post office because the post office is open at such ridiculous times that I needed to take time off work so that I could go and get my parcels. Went to the post office and of course none of them are there still because they only keep them for a certain amount of time, and they've all been returned to their senders and they're all different senders. I've got like an Amazon one, an ASOS one. There's one, I don't even know what this one is, that this slip came through the door. I've got one where the slip didn't even come through the door. I just have a tracking number and it says that it's been delivered and signed for, but I don't have my parcel. So I'm really pissed off at that, and today I'm going to talk about other things about adulting that are really annoying and really piss me off. Now, I'm not even a real adult yet. I'm nearly 23, which is very young in the whole spectrum of adulthood. I still live in a student house, but I do have a full-time job, so I'm just kind of on the cusp of adulthood here. But there are still a couple of things about adulting that really annoy me. The first one, spawning from my experience this morning, is shopping. Either you have to go into the shop, which is a stressful, busy, time-consuming experience as a whole, especially food shopping on a weekend, because I can now no longer do food shops during the week. I have to go on a weekend. Because of my dislike of shopping, especially food shopping, I do a lot of my shopping online, which is a lot more convenient, and I can do it from the comfort of my bed and in my pyjamas. Now Asda have got it right. You can select an hour delivery slot and your food will arrive at some point within that hour. That's great because I know exactly when I need to be in. Why have ASOS and Amazon not got the hang of this yet? Deliver my post within an hour window and I will be in for it. The whole leaving you a slip and having your parcel at the most convenient post office doesn't work. Post offices are never convenient and they open at ridiculous times, so I will just not go and get my parcel. I'll just live without it. So although Asda and other food delivery services have the time window of delivery thing right, one thing they don't have is when they swap out your food items. Sometimes they get this really right and you get a really cool swap that's something you wouldn't have tried before, or maybe it's a more expensive version of the thing that you originally bought, but a lot of the time the swaps are rubbish. For example, I ordered some corn escallops, which I quite like, that had pesto and mozzarella on them. Definitely looking forward to them, and they were on offer, so I ordered 3 packets. Turns out they got swapped for the plain version that doesn't have the mozzarella and pesto on, which are kind of gross and a bit boring. And I didn't notice this swap because they give you the bit of paper and go, is everything okay? And I just scan over it, didn't notice this swap had happened, and was just like, yeah, fine, signed for it. Now I have 3 packets of really boring corn escallops in my freezer, and I just can't bring myself to eat them because they're so boring. I really wanted my mozzarella and pesto escallops. Second thing that is really annoying is that it is so expensive to live as an adult. Rent, bills, council tax, all the other tax, TV license, paying for your Wi-Fi, everything is just so expensive. I want to spend my income on stuff that I want to spend my income on. I don't want to spend it on tax and bills and paying off student finance. It's just not cool, and I know that there is nothing at all we can do about this, so just let me complain about it for a bit. The next thing is particularly relevant to my age group and gender, if you're in the world of work already, is not being taken seriously. I go to serious meetings and they're typically older white men in the room. Do not take me seriously at all. I try and dress more professionally, I'll wear like a shirt and things, but I am just not taken seriously and it sucks. I don't know whether this is my gender or my age or a combination of both, but it's just really annoying when I have something to say and I'm not taken seriously. Similar to this is the small talk that you have to engage with in meetings like this and in work socials and dinners and things like that. Small talk is just the worst. When you're a child, small talk consists of the adult asking you about school or your hobbies, things like that. You tell them, that's the end of the small talk. It's all very much questions to you, so it's nice and easy. Adult small talk is the worst because you have to then think of questions to ask this person and you're never interested in the answer. And there's also the risk of asking them a potentially difficult question and then it kind of just makes the whole thing really awkward. Topics to generally avoid: politics, religion, family even, because there might have been like a tragedy. Stick to the weather, it's nice and easy. but super boring, and I don't want to know the answer. Finally, and one of the biggest annoyances for me, is politics. You can't escape it. It is all around us, and that really frustrates me. Of course, I recognise the importance of voting. By the way, if you're in the UK and you haven't registered to vote yet, make sure you do before the 22nd of June. I'll leave the link in the description. Super important. But understanding the whole party politics of it is just absolutely ridiculous, and how the whole process works really frustrates me. It really should be, I agree with this guy's proposal, he's going to make some positive changes, I'm going to vote for him. But it's not like that at all. You've got to consider what party your family is in, whether this party will actually deliver on the promises, how many seats they're going to get. I don't fully understand the process of how Parliament works. And honestly, I don't want to, because it just makes me sad to think about it. And kind of aside to this is like a bonus one, is watching the news. You have to watch the news or read it or anything to stay in touch with the world and understand what's going on. But it's never good news. So there's always the realisation that everything is just a bit crap, and there's no avoiding that. I'm sorry I've been so moany in this video. On the plus side, thank you so much for all your positive responses to my brain dump video. That really did cheer me up, and I'm definitely going to be continuing to make videos like that in the future. If you can relate to any of these adulting problems that I've said, or if there's any other adulting problems that you have, please comment down below so that we can all read them and rant together and just be annoyed at how annoying adulting is. Thank you so much for watching. Now I've got that off my chest, I'm gonna hopefully have a bit of a better day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.